let's take a look at how to graph. So I have y equals 3 sine x. So sine starts at the midline. And my critical points look like this: midline, max, midline, min, midline. So I need to identify all of my key information. So the midline is what's at the end. There's nothing at the end, so there's really a plus 0. So it's the equation y equals 0. So I'm going to dash that in right now so I don't forget. Your amplitude is the number that's in front, so my amplitude is 3. Your maximum is your midline plus your amplitude. So 0 plus 3 gives me 3. The minimum is the midline minus your amplitude. So 0 minus 3 gives me negative 3. Frequency. Frequency is the coefficient in front of x. So there's nothing there, so it's an imaginary 1. Period is 2 pi over your frequency. So 2 pi over 1 is 2 pi. And then quarter points is what I label my x-axis with. So on my x-axis, I'm going to start by labeling it in quarters. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've spaced it out equally. To find the rest of it, it's going to be the period divided by 4. So our period is 2 pi over 4. Don't put the pi in your calculator, but if you need to simplify, you can. 2 divided by 4, math, enter, enter. It'll give you 1/2. So for us, it's not 1/2, it's 1 pi over 2, or pi over 2. So now next to my x-axis labels, I'm going to put a pi over 2. So I have 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and 4 pi over 2. I'm going to label my y-axis. And now I'm going to graph using those critical points. So the first critical point is at the midline. The next critical point is at the maximum. Our maximum is 3. Each of your quarter points gets a critical point. The next one's at the midline, then the minimum, and then back to the midline. Connect it with a curve and label your graph. So this is the graph, y equals 3 sine x.